If you've decided that you want to work with acrylic, I want to talk about a couple different surfaces that you could consider for painting on with acrylic. One, again, if you have watercolor paper, that would work great. It will stand up to the wetness of the paint. If you don't have watercolor, but you do have mixed media, again, that would be a great surface to put your acrylic paint on. If you don't have either of those, you can always stick with your sketchbook. Just know that you're going to get some of that wrinkling and warping going on. That's okay. If you look around your house and you find any kind of like hard board or even just like a heavier paper, that would also work great for the acrylic paint. Some of you might be lucky enough to have something like a canvas paper. This one happens to be black. It also comes in white, but if you happen to have a canvas paper, sure, that would work. Maybe you have some canvas boards. These are kind of like what you guys did some of your tiny paintings on. They're really thin, but it's kind of got that canvas surface to it. That would work as well. This is a painting my daughter was working on. This is more like what you guys created, a stretch canvas. You could do a painting on something like this. Even if it already has a painting on it, you could paint over it if it's something that you're no longer in love with or isn't important to you. And then there's also, you can start to get really creative with some of your different surfaces as well. Cardboard. This is from a box, like an Amazon box. This would work. This would hold up to the acrylic as well. And even like packaging cardboard. This is from like a LaCroix box. I could paint on either side. If you're going to use something that has a tone or has something underneath, if you have gesso, you can gesso over it. If you have any like old house paint in your house, or it could be a house paint, like a primer, just old house paint, you could just kind of use that to put down a layer if you want to, but again, not a requirement. You could just start painting on this also. If you notice that the color of the surface is coming through as you're painting with the acrylic paint, you might want to try adding some white to your color in order to help make it a little bit more opaque. Let me know if you guys run into trouble with that. I would suggest that you experiment on a couple different surfaces, go around your house, see what you have available to you, and be creative.